not having spring ball is gonna show a lot, I think.
Yeah, yeah, it will. It will. But I mean, it kind of, you know, exciting. We'll see. May
Yeah.
make it a little bit more even playing field. I don't know. I don't know what it'll do for folks. It's just I like to think that because we have a younger staff that we're going to be able to uh, get as much as anybody out of the virtual spring ball, because we have a lot of guys, me included, that are just more into getting kids to respond via um, technology, and so and social media, and being involved in that, um, on a daily. So
Yeah. Man, I've talked to quite a few coaches that they have said, they've got probably 60% of their kids that are, bought into what they're doing virtually, bought into what they're doing, from home and all that stuff. And then the other 40% are just non existent. Like,
yeah,
can't get a hold of them, can't figure out what's going on, just won't call them back.
yeah, yeah. We've been fortunate. We hadn't had that situation. Um, just like any other time, we're gonna have some hit and miss. We're gonna have some kids that don't show up. But in our program, the biggest thing that we preach, and it's not a hashtag, but we talk about it more than anything else. But it's accountability. And my thing is like, hey, look, I know life's bigger than football, and you're not going to be able to make it to things. But I feel like if that accountability is there, and you care enough to just go and communicate with your coach that you're not going to be there, that means so much. And so I feel like we've had, 90% of our kids in compliance with that. Now, that's not to say 90%. We're meeting with our kids every Tuesday and Thursday on Zoom, and our kids are responsive in the fact of that they're showing up to their meetings, and if they're not showing up, they're texting their coach and saying, "Hey, mom's working on the Wi-Fi right now, and it goes slow when I'm on it, and so I gotta call you later and get updated on the meeting, or I'm at work, or I'm just not gonna be there." And so
Yeah.
my thing is, if I go into a meeting and there's 15 inside linebackers, and 11 of them are in the meeting, 4 are missing, and 3 out of those 4, we're gonna know why they're missing, and that's a big deal. I think
Yeah.
that's so having that accountability is something that we're just trying to stay preaching. Like, man, care enough to communicate.
Yeah. You guys have a lot of kids working. I talked to a coach out in HEB yesterday, and he was like, man, it's like half our kids are having to go to work to help their parents.
Yeah, there we have a few that I'm aware of. I don't know exactly how many, but I do know we have a few that are picking up extra hours at grocery stores, and still have some kids that are working in construction with their parents, and that's still rolling. And so um, I don't know if it's affecting us on a bigger level. Our kids have been, for the most part, showing up and being in their meetings, and being like we have an app that we use called Sports U,
Yep.
and we post all of our workouts. And right now we're in spring ball, so like when we install today, we'll install a play and talk about plays, and then talk about drills, and then our coaches will challenge their kids to post themselves every week, running a drill, or take a picture of them getting lined up in a new formation that they just learned that day, or running a play. So what you'll see as you're scrolling Sports U is like we may have a left guard, and we're running power to the left, and you may see him with chairs set up around him, getting in the stands and pulling. If he's a right guard and he's
Yeah.
pulling to the left, so you see him executing his part of the play. Get somebody to videotape that for you, post it. We're able to give feedback, so it kind of feels like it's spring ball. Like,
Yeah.
I was on there the other day. We're going to a two. We're basing out of 20 personnel next year,
Okay.
and and we'll have the offset running back with the pistol look.
Okay. Yeah.
And so we'll be able to hand it to the pistol back or to the offset H back, and so anyway, we're introducing that to our H backs, and we had a kid that set up some chairs and a quarterback, and he got lined up where he was supposed to go, and the formation is called left tap, right tap. And his coach told him to get somebody to take a picture of you getting lined up left tap, right tap, and in your in your caption box, you're going to hashtag it left tap, right tap. So he does that. But while he's in that stance, he's in a 3-point. I mean, he's in a linebacker stance. Like, he's got his hands between his legs, and
Yeah.
because he thinks he's about to, go bust somebody blocking. But I'm like, dude, you might get the ball too. Like, we got a few plays where we hand the ball to the H-back. Obviously, that's one of our best players plays that position. So that moment for me was like, as soon as I seen it, I was like, get your hands on your knees. And it gave me the vibe that, man, we're still in spring ball right now.
Yeah,
I just
right.
he took the picture down, posted a better one, and it's like, man, we just got better.
Yeah, right. You can still it can still happen. You just got to find the avenue.
This looks different. And so anyway, all that to say, I'm very much a scroller. I just do that. Even if we were at school, I'm a scroller. I hate to admit it, but I think I have to admit it. And my fiance calls me out on it all the time because I'm like, hey, I'm reading. You're like, you're scrolling. Like, no, this is reading. This is good material. So,
Yeah.
that now is it's great. Like, because now I'm always involved. I don't miss a post from my kids. So I'm keeping that constant interaction. The other cool part about Sports U is that our parents are on there. And
Oh,
so
dang.
now, like, there's a different added aspect. Now our parents get to see us interact with their kids.
Yeah, heck yeah.
They get to see me go and correct the kid. And to them, it's going to say, well, man, Coach Shavers, that was rude, because they're not used to that culture of in a relationship that I can go up to a kid and say, hey, dude, you're wrong. You're supposed to do this, this, and that. And that kid's not offended by it, because
Right.
he wants to be corrected. But it's cool now to open that aspect of our program up to parents. And now parents can see, man, Coach cares enough to correct you, and then when he posts doing it right, I'm praising him as well. And so that makes for a cool, unique thing that hopefully when this thing's all said and done makes a big difference on the type of product we get back when it's time to go.
Heck yeah. I haven't heard – I know a lot of programs are using Sports U, but I haven't heard anybody else talk about the parents that are in there. That's huge, man.
Big.
For them to be able to see, like, how you do stuff and how you communicate and the kids that respond to that, oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big deal. We're excited about it just because, because our they don't typically get to see that. Our parents don't get to go. Most of them don't get to go to every practice, and so now having virtual spring ball, everybody gets to see the reps, and everybody gets to see what everybody else is doing, and so. Now, if you're a parent and you're trying to look at the people your son is competing against, you can see how the other receivers look when they do the drill versus how your son looks, and it's an added component that I think in the big picture is going to really improve chemistry if we do it right.
Yeah.
The coaches are on board with being active on there and giving that criticism and feedback, or criticism and praise on every post. If the kids are actually putting forth the effort to go out there, work the drill, and then get somebody to post, to videotape them, or hell, now they know how to videotape themselves and put the phone somewhere and go do something. And
Yeah, right.